Good afternoon, everybody, and happy Wednesday. Today is Hump Day. Welcome to the Paranormal Question of the Day, and we'll be right back right after the intro. And I'm back. So hopefully everybody's having a great Wednesday. It's going to be an awfully stormy one here later this afternoon. I should say later this evening, really. So, other than that, hopefully the work day is going well. The yard work, if you're doing yard work, is going well. And, that's about it. So, pretty easy question of the day today is basically we're going to talk about paranormal smells. So let's see. So like I said before, paranormal smells and how they can really sometimes alter your paranormal investigation in a sort of different direction. You may go in certain areas. So, and if you have a paranormal smell that you want to share that happened to you, please do so at the bottom. So we'll let some people get in the chat here as we're waiting. Other than that, not too much. No Taryn today. Wednesdays, she's usually working, so I'm always by myself on Wednesdays. And Friday, we'll see if she'll be available to join us on Friday. So, yeah. As you may know, Friday will be a different question. So, also, for those of you that know that I'm on later. Hey, Lori, how you doing? Ghost farts. They can be really salty sometimes and sulfurish and all that stuff too. And sometimes it can alter your paranormal investigation. If you're smelling sulfur, go the other way. Not sure if you want to deal with that spirit. But yes, ghost farts, absolutely. Just ask Alexa. She'll tell you all about the farts. Remember that, Lori? I don't know if you were on there at the time when me and Taryn were talking and we asked Alexa about ghost farts. It just went on a tangent for 15 minutes about all sorts of different farts. That was quite funny. Quite funny. Embarrassing, but funny. So, yeah, that's just pretty much what the paranormal question of the day. This might be a quick episode. It all depends on how many people come in chat. And thank you, Lori, for being the first one in chat. Hey, Christy, how you doing? Hopefully your recovery is going well for you. Welcome to the show. So, do you have any paranormal smells that you have encountered on your investigations? You remember, yep, absolutely. That was crazy, wasn't it? We actually thought we're still going to probably do an all Alexa show once. So, it's just a matter of what time, what day we're going to do it. It might be a Friday, who knows? I haven't talked to her in a couple days, so probably not since Sunday. Yeah, probably Sunday is the last time I talked to her. So, we'll see. We'll see. I'm good. Good. I'm glad you're doing good. That was a pretty big time surgery you had there. That cut was long. I don't know. The first time you did your picks about the incision, oh man, I had to turn it off. It made my stomach all queasy and stuff. Okay, so you smelled fire after we lost. Okay, after you lost someone in a fire. Oh, yeah, I suppose. And saw him sitting on the couch. That's interesting. Hey, Yvette. Welcome. So, the paranormal question of the day is this right here. It is what paranormal smells have you smelled on your investigations? And how many times has it altered your paranormal investigation? Yeah, that's kind of wild there, Lori. Pretty wild. But then again, how long does you know, that sort of smell lingered? How long did it linger for, Lori? Just a few minutes, or did it last like half a day, or? The weirdest thing I've ever smelled was here in my own home. And so my wife and daughter can't have peanuts in this house. And my uh, godparent passed away, and he always loved eating peanuts. And for some reason, that day we had friends over, and just out of the blue, just started smelling peanuts. I'm like, why are we smelling peanuts? You don't think it alters it, just enhances the experience. Yep, I get that. In taste, some of days at work. Oh, so it's in taste. Interesting. Okay, so when he left, so did the smell. Okay, and that makes sense because that's you know when I was at Sheboygan Asylum, um, I never knew that there was a nurse that hung out in the wing that we were at, and she came around me and she had a real distinct perfume that I knew that my wife wasn't wearing, and that was weird. It stuck around, stuck around. I kept on moving. It kept on coming with me. So obviously she was following me yet, and then finally it dissipated, and it actually made it across the other side of the hall to another fellow. So that was a very weird occurrence because I'm like, this is a strong perfume that I've never smelt before, and it smelled old. So, and it may very well be like a 1930s or 40s perfume that she had on. So, but yeah, I mean, and they do come and go with the spirit. Absolutely. Just kind of, sometimes it also gives a sense of, I've heard people smelling cigars, um, what, flowers. I've heard people selling flowers, and there's not even flowers in the area. You know, same thing with smoke. I mean, not smoke, cigar or smoke smell. But I haven't really heard too much of anything too crazy. Now, when it comes to sulfur, that's that I think sometimes it really changes as to what you're looking for. Not an investigation at Malvern Manor. Okay, so but at your home, uh, Old Brute cologne. Okay, cigar, smoke, heavy cigarette, and oh, okay. Oh, let me smell your mama's cologne. Interesting. All in your home. Wow. That is quite unique. No, I really haven't smelled much at Melbourne. Really, I mean it's old, it's musty, so it has that characteristic to it. Um, and a lot of those locations will carry that. Uh, so you got to kind of be careful as to what you're smelling is actually something that's not pertaining to the place. And it might pertain to a person or a spirit, like we were talking earlier. So I mean that happens to a lot of places. Um, you know, and it's a good thing that none of the places that we investigated has asbestos either. That's one of those things too that is really big that they determines to if you're even allowed to go into the place. Um, but at work I haven't experienced anything like that because there's all sorts of smells at my job. I mean, smelling paint, you're smelling oil, you're smelling gas, you're smelling all sorts of things. So that would be a difficult, very difficult place if I smelled something out of the blue. If I smell flowers, oh, then there you go. That would be something different. That I would consider paranormal at my job. Because there's no way in hell you'd be able to smell flowers at that place. But, getting back to smelling sulfur. Now, sulfur can indicate a rotten spirit or, that wants to possibly create an issue when you're in that location, in that spot. I'm not going to say it can cause you harm because that could be just letting them say hello and want to know you're there. Evident in Velisca. Okay. So what she's talking about is Velisca ex murder house, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know what kind of smells that actually transpire in that kind of home. I mean, um, maybe a smell of blood because of all the how bad the deaths were and how brutal they were. Maybe that could be. I've heard now for some, I don't know who it was that heard, and they're saying that they left bacon at the end of the bed upstairs. So I don't know why they would leave bacon at the end of the bed upstairs, but that's the only thing I heard that was there. It may not even be there anymore since you were there last. But I don't know. That would be a hard place to really determine if you smelled a different kind of smell, and you wouldn't know who to pin it on. I mean, for all I know, the Reverend that was there, you know, uh, he might have been a smoker or tobacco chewer. You just don't know. Back in those days, in fact, I don't think they even probably had. Well, I don't know. You think they would have chew back in that day in the early 1900s, like 1912? We're talking with the Velisca Axe Murder House. What kind of smells would be more in that era? That's the thing. You just don't know. With the toys that bring up a lot of, they have a lot of different kind of smells, but it's just it's an old smell, really. I mean, who knows? Maybe let's see, maybe the mother cooked the favorite food that everybody liked to eat at that place. You might get that at some point. That would be interesting if you'd start smelling like pancakes or, like hot dogs or whatnot. Back in the day, I don't even know how they even eat hot dogs if they had hot dogs back in the day. It would be interesting though. Pretty easy question today. Try not to make them too difficult or, you know, just kind of out of the blue. But these are things that come across my brain sometimes that, you know, like to know what they think and what they have smelled and heard and whatnot. Other than that, if there's anything else you guys like to talk about today, fire away. You could always go off topic a little bit. Nobody says we have to stay to topic. It does make you think about experiences. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, when you go on your investigations, it's been like a year or two, but it still sticks in your brain like, hey, this is the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me. Sure thing. Absolutely. I believe it was like, I want to say 2017, 2018 is when I was at the Sheboygan Asylum. That was the last time I was there. So it's been a while. Obviously now it's quite expensive to go. Yeah, I can't see myself working out $2,400 for a 12-hour investigation. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not gonna fork out that kind of money. To me, you gotta be kind of nuts to spend that kind of money. Who knows where that money is even going to? I mean, is it actually going to the location? Is it going to the person who's you had to pay to book it? Or is it 50-50 from the owner and the booker? Who knows? I would like to think it goes back to the location. I hope it does, but I don't know. It's more on a scale where, TV shows are going to show up and bring big time investigators from there on TV to go to a place like that because they can afford it, But I am excited on that note. I am excited that yep, absolutely. Absolutely, Lori. Yep. They got to make these locations a lot easier to go to. Absolutely. If they want people there, they're going to have to do it. Hey, Laura. How you doing? It is. It can become a money profiting area. Like I said, depending on where this money goes to. A lot of the places that I've been to have gone back into the location. So that is a good thing. It's a very good thing. Ooh, still 7. Well, hopefully you don't get any more bad storms. That was a beautiful pic that you took, though, of that storm that you had. I've probably been outside standing watching it. 86 in the storm. Oof. Yeah, it does get humid. Today at the shop, it was close to 100. I want to say 100. It was 105 yesterday. Another museum is raising money for an addition to our school. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that's a good thing too. I mean, that's you know where money goes towards is you got there again another location. Schoolhouse, and who knows? There might be something inside that schoolhouse too. Just don't know. That'd be pretty awesome. Uh, Now, what I was saying before, I am excited. Um, July 5th, I'll be heading to the Washoe County Historical Museum for a live investigation. So get your Facebook Lives ready because me and my wife will be doing the investigation, and I'm very, very much looking forward to it and trying different tactics and see what we can get. Thanks, Yvette. You have a great afternoon too. Thanks for stopping by. Absolutely. First time I was there, it was, I think it was in March. Yeah, I think it was in March I was there. And, I was like talking to We Are Paranormal and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I need to get out there. I need to take a look at the location. And I said to my wife, I said, let's go out there. We're only 45 minutes away. Let's get out there. Let's go take a look at this place. And um, yeah, absolutely. If you have the chance, go to the Washoe County Historical Museum. Do it. It's a very neat place. Oh, I'm hoping. I'm hoping maybe I'll catch the baby crying. Um, Absolutely. I mean, I'll have multiple digital voice recorders going. I'll set them up in different rooms. Like I said, I'll have two wise cams going, and you know, and then one there's one I would leave in a wise cam for you, so that way you guys can have one on hand for you at all times. So yes, yes, the tour guide is very nice. Yes, absolutely. They do. You don't really have to ask too many questions because they tell you up front what's going on, what this is for, what's that for, who's been there, who has passed away, and different experiences that they have. Absolutely, Lori. So, how far along is that schoolhouse, by the way? I know it was. I don't know if it was gutted or not, or is it just in the process of being just starting to get fixed up? I bet you that courthouse is pretty neat too inside. All restored, okay. But needs to add. Okay, needs to add a mudroom. Very nice, very nice. Um, I ain't gonna jump the gun, but have you heard anything uh, weird inside the schoolhouse at all? Is it gonna be another place where you just hold events for Watoma, or is that just gonna be more for show? Because I can imagine you have events there. Ooh, courthouse. That's gonna be awesome. That's another place I would like to walk through. It's a big place. Uh, if you guys don't know about Watoma, if you haven't been there, it's a pretty big place. You guys are kind of getting all your ducks in a row there. It's like playing the game of life in a way. It's an old game, that's for sure. My mom's family is from Kentucky. Yep. Hey, my wife and their family is from Kentucky, Winchester to be exact. Yeah. That's cool. Victorian homes are nice. Oh yeah, yep. I do that in some locations too. Here's just rays. Feel like it just get goosebumps all over the place. Okay, so you have smell sulfur smell in that house too. Hmm. Well, that could be. Well, yeah, the sulfur smell could be debunked too because you never know what kind of plant. There might have been a plant in there that that could create that sulfur smell, and it just kind of made its way throughout the whole town, and then that's where the house came into play. But then again, I mean, you had the hairs at the back of your neck raised, goosebumps and stuff like that. That's tough to play out there. I mean, you got all the characteristics of an eerie feeling, and you feel like you're being watched. Absolutely, yes, that can happen. Oh, okay, very cool, very cool. Hmm, interesting. I was gonna try to pronounce those names. I messed that up royally. I think there was. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, okay. They're talking about tearing. Oh, okay, I see. They're talking about tearing the courthouse down. Uh, that kind of sucks. I mean, if it's not being used, I mean, or is it still being used? The courthouse, is it still being used for like traffic violations and whatever goes on in Watoma, which I don't think can be too much. I mean, it's not that big of a town, but if they're tearing that down, that sucks. At least let somebody buy it and somebody walk through it at least. Yeah, for 2 years yet. Okay. Yeah, that's hmm. You would think there'd be a lot of things that go on in a courthouse. Oh, porcelain dolls. No, thank you. You can keep those things. I hope so. I hope so. Cause that's a neat location. It really is. I mean, if someone could buy that and have someone like do a walkthrough and see if they can pick up anything, and I mean, right there you have the courthouse, you have the museum, and then the schoolhouse, which obviously you hear school kids in there, but False. Dolls suck. They suck. I can't stand clowns. Dolls, no. Punt. Absolutely punt. No way. I mean, I had to sit in a room for almost an hour at Malvern with like 40 dolls. That was the paranormal challenge that I was there, and talk about feeling uncomfortable and feeling that things are just staring at you. That's not fun. That's not fun at all. And of course, I had a REM pod like halfway across the room, and every once in a while, I would pick up the walkie-talkie because I had a walkie-talkie unit with me because they wanted to know, basically in case if I needed to get out, to come and unlock the door. And so when I didn't put the two and two together until I was like, okay, I got on the walkie-talkie and the REM pod would go off, and I'm like, holy shit, something's happening. It's like, and then I'm like, but then I was like, I was just on the walkie-talkie. So then they were probably getting annoyed with me at this point if they were hearing me, and I was hitting the trigger on and off for the speech of the walkie-talkie, and I noticed that the REM pod and the walkie-talkie were on the same channel. So every time I did the click on the walkie-talkie, it set that REM pod off. So I'm like, oh, geez. Talk about scaring the poop out of me, and come to find out that it was just, a coincidence with the walkie-talkies. But that's how you can, that's how you debunk things every once in a while. But I couldn't figure out why. I always kept on looking up above. I'm like, what is above me? It's like I always felt something was up above my head. And well, I don't know who was that. I think it was Kim or Allison was telling me that there was a ball of light above my head. So something was floating above me. But I did see a couple shadows in the room moving around. Heard a lot of crickets. I mean, that hour felt like 2 hours. It took forever, but I started having conversations with these dolls. That's how bad it got. I started having conversations. I'm like, good thing you're not talking back to me. I would have probably kicked you. Oh, jeez. Keep it closed. Keep it closed. You have the one in Ragdoll. Yep. 1800s. Ooh. I don't want to play with that. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll have it on my lap as I'm touching the piano keys and see if I can get the piano teacher lady to pinch me in the arm. In the arm. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll make my wife hold it. Why not? As long as she doesn't start coming after me during the night. Wouldn't that be something? The doll takes over my wife. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't happen that quick, guys. Just joking. Just joking. There are 3 stages of possession, so. Which maybe I might have an episode about that. Who knows? I'll have to get somebody. Maybe I can get someone from Duo Demonology to come on, and we'll talk about possessions and exorcisms. Yeah. Hey, Tom, how you doing? Glad to see you in here. So basically, this is what the paranormal question of the day is. Have you ever occurred a weird smell in a location and, And I don't think I don't know, Tom, if you go on investigations very much, but has this ever occurred to you? Just being in your home, have you heard of smelled something weird that you just couldn't put your finger on it? That's pretty much all we got going. I try to keep it simple for myself. I try to keep the harder ones for Monday nights. So that way we can really dive into something really interesting. Like I said, if you guys got questions that you wonder about the paranormal and you know want me to showcase on the show, send your questions to me on Messenger, please. I absolutely would love to see different questions that I don't have in my on my list. Hey, farmer. I have smelled perfume. Yep, that's one of the big ones. Baked goods. Yep. Yeah, that's one of the big ones. I mean, baked baked smells, perfume, definitely stuff that does associate with your childhood. Absolutely, and that's one of those things. I mean, every once in a while you'll come across something like that, and it just like it makes you turn your head, or just like it makes you stand there dumbfounded, like, why am I spelling this? You know, and you're looking for an explanation, really. So, and it can be neat too. I mean, it just like, and what Lori said earlier, it brings back experiences back, like you say with your childhood. So, absolutely, absolutely. We need to get together for another community chat, Tom. It's been a while. You have to kick Dom in the ass and say, let's get one going again. Maybe we could get him to talk to his chair. Absolutely. Well, we'll have to figure out a time. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he's probably working a lot. I mean, I haven't really seen him on lately. Yeah, like I said, that was fun. That was fun. I love the church chat. We'll have to get him to make out with his chair, right? Or here, chair, have a drink on me. Oh shit. Yeah, yeah. I thought it was funny. It was hilarious. I was like, just spot on. Like, all right, let's have a conversation with the chair. The sad thing is, the chair didn't talk back, or does it? When you're drunk, does a chair talk back? You would have run. Well, Zach Baggins in his museum that he's got all these haunted chairs in there. Uh, You still have that chance to run, Lori. The chair ignored you. Don't you hate that? Don't you hate that when you get ignored? It's funny. This is just a side joke. I mean, it's like I'm talking to my wife and I'm like telling her all the stuff that happened during the day or just talking to her about something in general. And she's on her phone and it's like, do you hear me at all? And then all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, so what were you talking about? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, never mind now. The moment's passed. He completely ignored me. Wasn't too important. The old chair is new, jealous, the new comfy one. Well, I think you're just going to have to talk to it more. Upgrade the chair. Well, I think you should have both chairs. Well, I think you do have both chairs in the shot. I think it is. You need to put them side to side, and you just say, "Okay, what did one chair say to the other chair?" And let's have a chair-to-chair conversation. Oh man! And if you do get answers out of those chairs, yeah, Lori, run. Absolutely, run. I'd be totally scared for Tom. Wow, now you're just being nice there, Tom. Absolutely. Still use it, yeah. Yes, we do have fun in chats. Absolutely. Uh, what's a chat without having fun, right? Gotta have fun. Otherwise, these things get to be boring, right? I mean, oh man, I tell you, I was like, you want to do the Mad Libs, and I'm like, oh geez, do I really want to get into this one? And yeah, the Mad Libs that turned out to be pretty fun. That was fun. Yeah, they are. Yes, they are. You know, I kind of was. I don't know if I don't know if it was Taryn I mentioned it to, or if it was Dom I mentioned it to. Should do a game more like kind of like Hollywood Squares in a way, and have like I don't know. Do you have to have like 12 or 14 people on for that one, or is it nine? Was it 9 squares? I think it was 9 squares. So maybe I had to have like 10 people on for that. 9. Okay. So potential will have like 10 or 11 people on for that one. I don't know. That would be interesting. You know, game night. Do a Hollywood Squares version. That would be interesting. See how many people would show up for that one. Who would be your first 9 picks? I know I don't have 9 friends. I'm just kidding. I have a few. I have a few. Or what's the other one too? Um, Man, there could be so many different games here. I know we couldn't do Twister. That'd be that'd be weird. Good questions, right? Yeah. No, we haven't really. No, we haven't. We could do one like for music. Name that tune. I don't know. either the song or the artist. Uh, that would be fun. Or for us diehard paranormal people, give like small little pictures of these paranormal locations, and you have to decide to try and figure out what picture belongs to what location. That'd be cool. I'll probably get a lot wrong, but that would be cool. I would lose. Well, not really, Lori. Just look up a whole bunch of places. Now, would you lose to the question one, or would you lose? Which one you think you would not do so good on? Yeah, the music thing I think would be cool. Oh yeah, you would get pigged. Yep, absolutely. Uh, I kind of wonder though if you got so many seconds, you got to guess in so many seconds. You know what I mean? Yeah, it would be fun. Music, okay. Well, I mean that's music can be fun, can be hard. I used to work at a restaurant years ago, and I listened to the '80s and '90s music and stuff like that. But um, my friend, he was a cook, and he'd play '70s music, and I'm like, well, what's this kind of stuff? Or '60s and '70s, I should say. What is this stuff? This stuff sounds pretty good. I actually like this stuff. And it'd be funny. There'd be a song come on. He's just sitting there, getting the steaks ready and cutting the stick loins and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, song come on. He'll just say, right, Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven. Right away. You'll just know it within seconds. So, and then he started to, yeah, it's good music. I listen all the time at work, and he started getting me into it. So then now that's what happens. It's like be out of the blue, and me and Marsh will be driving around, and then I'm the today's cars, they have the it shows who's playing and whatnot, but we all know my vision's good for shit, so I don't really stare at it, and uh, and I'll be just looking out the window, and next thing you know, I'm doing it without realizing I'm doing it. I'm saying the name and the person who's singing, just like that. In a few seconds, it comes on, and she looks at me and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "It's an old habit. It's an old habit. You just get used to doing it." We have to figure out how to get buzzers made. Do you want? I mean, annoying buzzers would be funny. Get the buzzer where you got Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber. Just that would be funny for a buzzer. Yeah, I know '80s and '90s. I listen to a lot of metal bands from the '80s and '90s. That's just me. That's my type of music. Metallica, Megadeth, Dream Theater, all that stuff. That's my mainstays for that. I mean, Dream Theater is my favorite. It's just because I like the guitar solos and the drum solos. That's just me. That's how I am. I love just sitting and listening to instrumental music. Just found a new band a couple days ago. Oh, country. Country can be okay sometimes. It can be. Yeah, it depends on the artist. I'll listen to Garth Brooks. He's got good stuff. Gary Allen. He's got good stuff. There's a few. Um, who else is there? Tim McGraw. He's got good stuff. I guess I'm an oldie when it comes to country stuff. I mean, Brooks and Dunn, they had some good stuff. They all had a little bit of good stuff. It just depends on what kind of list you want to make. I'm very picky when it comes to country. I used to listen to that a lot in my younger years, but back then it was kind of in. So I follow the in trend every so often. Oh yes, Charlie Daniels. There you go, Farmer. That's a good one. Devil Went Down to Georgia. Absolutely. I love that song. I can never sing that song that fast, though. He's got a good voice. Good voice for that. It sucks on the radio that they have to make alternations on the radio because people get too offended by the swear words and stuff. Which I'm like, come on, just let it go. Who are you kidding? Just let it go. I mean, the young kid's going to hear it no matter what anyway. They ruin a perfectly good song by substituting a stupid word that doesn't make sense with the song. I think I did have a greatest hits. I probably do have a greatest hits of him on my Spotify. Chris, who? Oh, okay, cousin. All right. So does he go throughout the state and go like county fairs and stuff like that and sing too? Or is it more like karaoke? Okay, you're in Berlin a lot. I know a few people that live in Berlin. I think I've worked with a couple. Oshkosh Corp is home to a lot of people that are like down by as far as close to Milwaukee. What you'd think if they're that close to Milwaukee, you'd find a job in Milwaukee, but no, they come to Oshkosh. Oh, really? Huh. That's cool. That's very cool. I never really watched The Voice that often. I used to watch that other one, American Idol. I used to watch that one way, way, way back in the early days. I used to watch. I think I watched up to season 6. I think it was season 6, and then I got out of watching it. I kind of got boring after a while, but um, who can ever forget Simon Cowell? That guy's just a straight up dick on there, but who knows what he's like in real life after the shows. I've heard mixed reviews. You know, it's funny too. It's kind of like, uh, now we were talking about American Idol. Uh, Paula Abdul, man, she always looked like she was high, absolutely high all the time. I'm like, get her off the show. Yeah, she was a singer, but man, she just looked messed up half the time. Well, anybody have any last minute thoughts here? Farmer, actually, you know what, Farmer? I don't think we even heard your answer to the paranormal question of the day. Um, oops. Yeah. It was good to start. They had some good singers. I mean, Daughtry came out of it. I listen to Daughtry all the time. He's one of my favorite ones. Um, yeah, go figure. The guy that never wins it is one of my favorite ones. Farmer, if you're still in chat here, this is the paranormal question of the day. Have you come across a weird kind of smell that just doesn't fit the location that you're at, and that kind of changes um, your feelings as where it might come from? Is it paranormal? Is it not paranormal? So, but yeah, that is the paranormal question of the day. I don't think I ever got your answer for that, farmer. Laura, are you guys getting hit with storms yet? That's the same one. Are you ready for the storms this afternoon, this evening? Um, we're under a tornado watch till 10 p.m. Not yet. Okay. It looks pretty vicious. It looks like a straight line wind storm that's kind of heading our way. So just kind of get yourself prepared for that. I do watch a lot of weather. A lot of times, too, when people go on paranormal investigations that know they're going on, sometimes I do watch the weather in the area where they're at. So if they're not watching weather, at least somebody is. So kind of give them a heads up of what's coming their way, and that way can be prepared for it. Because in some of these paranormal locations, there is not an outlet you can go to, and if they do, where would their designated uh, spot be to be protected? Which actually springs up for a question. How about that? I'll have to put that one in chat next time. Paranormal storm areas, designated areas. What are your paranormal designated areas in your locations? You don't have to answer that one now. Okay. Yeah, that's Minnesota gets hit with a lot of stuff, and then we always get the aftermath of Minnesota stuff, and even then from Iowa too. I mean, Iowa gets hammered with a lot of tornadoes. I mean, just nuts. Um, Especially in like the Cedar Falls, Cedar Rapids, Marshalltown area. They get hammered a lot. So Tornado Alley, yeah. See, yeah, you got it in the right spot there, Christy. Um, I always tell my wife I want to move down to Tornado Alley, and she looks at me funny, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I like tornadoes. I like watching them. I like. I used to chase a little bit when I was younger. Um, End up spending the night in a cornfield, but yeah, I used to chase them a little bit. It was a lot of fun. I still go out every once in a while on my own and just kind of go around the area of where I live. Um, Kids and wife get pissed at me when I do that, so I try not to too often. But I just a lot of times I find myself I'll go out in the garage. Well, it's a really good one, and I'll stand inside the garage and just watch it. Um, I don't know. I just have a fascination with storms and a big fascination with the paranormal, and you know, combine the two, that could be one hell of an investigation. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I will sit outside and watch them. My own son actually gets really mad at me when I'm standing by the door and watching the lightning and all that and the wind coming. Oh man, he gets really upset. He's like, "Dad, you're gonna die. Get away from the door." And I'm like, "No, no, no, no. If lightning strikes me, maybe my right eye will work better and I'll be okay." There's always a joke for something. Want to make a benefit for me, right? If it's gonna strike me in the right best kind of way. But yeah, I'll sit there and watch them. Yeah, I mean, I watch tornado shows on TV all the time. I follow a guy. You might know him, Reed Timmer. I follow him a lot on YouTube and Facebook Live and stuff like that because he'll get there by the tornadoes and stuff. Even Dan Norville, if you guys know who Dan Norville is, he does a lot of tornado chasing too, and he's come across a few great ones. Laura, she was just on. She took a pic of a really cool storm that was above her house a couple days ago. So, yeah, if you got pictures, send them to me. They're cool. Oh, he is in Wisconsin. See, I haven't turned them on yet, so I'll have to go back and watch it. Yeah, I know he's waiting. They gave us like I don't know, maybe a 3 out of 5 for tornadoes today. So I know we're kind of in the mediocre high area, and I think honestly, I think he'll probably be like the Shawano Green Bay area, maybe, because it looks like it's gonna hit pretty hard there this afternoon. Who knows? I didn't see too much down in the Madison area, but then again, I mean, that's a very long line of storm that's coming our way, and it looks like a straight line windstorm. So I already put my grill up and everything else, so I'm ready for it. I'll be outside watching it, having wrestling on in the background, probably having a Paranormal Brew on my phone. Taryn's got an awesome guest tonight, so be sure to tune into the Paranormal Brew tonight. I think she's having Dustin Perry on. So that's a cool guy. That's one show you want to watch too. He's got a lot of great knowledge about the paranormal and just overall just an outstanding guy. Well, we managed to make it another hour today. I thank you all for joining me in today's chat. This is a lot of fun. I got to touch up on a few items here about possibly doing a community chat. So, Tom, if you're still in chat, let's try and organize one and get one going one of these days again. Maybe we could do a Saturday night edition of Mad Libs or something like that. Yes, he is, Christy. Yes, he is. Um, so yeah, Taryn will be on at I think 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. So, um, yeah, be sure to tune into that one. At some point, I probably will, depending on how the storm is tonight. Hoping to get in chat, but we'll see. So with that, thank you guys for joining me today in today's paranormal question of the day. I hope you all had fun today, and hope to see you all back on Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This is just my summer hours. I will be going back to 2 o'clock soon school starts hitting again. And, you know, and Mondays will stay the same, 8 o'clock on Mondays. Friday, I probably will display who I'm having on Monday. I'm not quite sure who I'm having for a guest. I'm kind of working on one right now, so Thanks, Christy. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Um, I was trying to get a really interesting guest, but unfortunately, right now, due to contractual obligations, I would not be able to have this individual on. I was kind of hoping to get Kane Hodder on. So for those of you who don't know who Kane Hodder is, he is the guy that plays Jason in the Friday the 13th movies. So um, eventually, I hope to get him on when he fulfills his contractual obligations and be able to be freed up for an interview. Once that happens, I'll let you guys know. So that is a future interview that I'm going to be trying to pursue. Yep, Jason. Yep, absolutely. Yep, he's a cool guy. He's got right now. He's got his own podcast show, so that's why I can't get him on. So I kind of gotta wait and see how long his podcast shows go for. Maybe I'll catch him in a break, and then he'll be able to come on in for a show. So we'll see. I mean, he's got his own paranormal team, so I think that's kind of cool. And I just want to get his thoughts on the paranormal. And if we get into talking about the Friday the 13th shows, and he's also an author, so he has a book out there too. So he does a lot of cool things. So, and Kane, if you're watching, keep me in your thoughts when you get an open spot, and we can do an interview at some point. So, other than that, you guys be safe. Hopefully the storms don't hit you too hard. Lori, be safe. And I'll catch you guys on Friday afternoon. And we'll see how we go with that question. But y'all did great with this one today. And thank you for joining me. You have been watching the Paranormal Brew Network and BB3 TV Network. Plus, if you have the chance to go hit like and share and subscribe to the MGS Paranormal YouTube channel, that would be greatly appreciated. And and I will... Well, getting short-winded here. Thank you. See you later, Lori. And with that, I bid you guys adieu. And so long, everybody.